Okay, everybody, I'd like to call this meeting to order. If you'll please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Melanie, roll call.
Roll call. Councilmember Bolin is absent. Councilmember Colleton?
Here.
Councilmember Lang? Here. Councilmember Lassonde?
Here.
And Mayor Crowder?
Here. So good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We're here to dedicate this council chambers to Congressman LaMalfa. He was such inspiration to us all and did so much for the Ridge. We needed a fitting way to honor him, and I can think of no better way. Years from now, when somebody walks in, they're going to see that name over the door, and they can look and see who he was and how lucky we were to have him. So with that, I have a proclamation I'd like to read. Whereas Congressman Doug LaMalfa demonstrated steadfast commitment and dedicated service to the people of Northern California, including the residents of the town of Paradise, and whereas Congressman LaMalfa worked tirelessly to support the recovery, rebuilding, and long-term resilience of communities impacted by devastating wildfires, and whereas his leadership and advocacy were instrumental in helping secure critical funding for essential public safety infrastructure, including support for the Paradise Police Department radios, ensuring reliable communication capabilities for first responders. And whereas Congressman LaMalfa championed efforts to bring emergency warning sirens to the town of Paradise, enhancing early warning systems, and strengthening the safety and preparedness of residents in time of crisis. And whereas he played a key role in helping secure approximately $200 million in funding through the California Department of Housing and Community Development, supporting housing recovery and rebuilding efforts for the fire-affected communities. And whereas Congressman LaMalfa supported and advanced critical federal legislation providing tax relief for wildfire victims, helping ease the financial burden on individuals and families working to rebuild their lives after disaster, and whereas his advocacy reflected a deep commitment to public safety, disaster recovery, and the well-being of the town of Paradise and its residents. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Town Council of the Town of Paradise hereby recognizes and honors Congressman Doug LaMalfa for his tireless service leadership, and unwavering support of the community. And be it further proclaimed that the town expresses its sincere gratitude for his efforts to secure vital resources, promote recovery, and enhance the safety and resilience of Paradise. And in witness whereof, I, Steve Crowder, Mayor of the Town of Paradise, have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the Town of Paradise to be affixed hereto this 14th day of May, 2026. And Jill, I want to present this to you, and I got to say, you are an absolute rock star. I want you to have one, too.
Thank you. Craig, thank you.
Would you like to say something?
Yeah, real quick. Just been reading a lot about grief lately, and one of the things that really resonates for me is I think oftentimes we want to avoid people and not talk about the person that they're missing or that they've lost. And actually what helps those of us that are grieving is by talking about them and saying their name. So thank you. Thank you for saying his name. Thank you for thinking of him. He would be so, so honored. I know that you know that. So thank you all very much.
So, council like to?
It's really hard to say anything after, the shock of his loss. We think about him. We appreciate him. He helped me get elected to town council, and he was always open to talking with any of and all of us. He knew our needs intimately. When we talked to him about a problem, he already knew the problem, and he was pretty sure he had the answer. So it was just a wonderful man to work with, a wonderful representative for this community and for this area. We really appreciate him, and this is the least we could do to thank him for all that he did and let you know how much we loved him as an individual and as our representative.
Thanks, Steve, for getting me all choked up with that. But I just want to echo the sentiments that have been shared by the mayor and by Councilman Lassonde, and add to that I appreciated Doug as a representative here while I was just a resident, and since I've been on council and in other ventures here in the community. He's always supported and was very genuine and very approachable. You didn't feel like you were talking to, a high-level elected official. He was very down to earth, and even though he didn't like pickles, I still liked him.
I had the pleasure of being at the ranch and a lot of the fundraising dinners and serving beer and ice cream, and we had Feather River Brewery up here. And being a non-registered Republican, Doug always treated me fairly and with respect. And like Heidi said, he was always approachable. And like with my background and where I come from, he took the time, always not in the most gentle ways, to tell me the truth about things. And that was important because as a decision maker, who's non-political mostly, with the background I have, oftentimes I need to know the truth so that I can make a decision that will be in the best interest of the people we represent. And Doug was the kind of guy that did that for us, as is James and the people we've been blessed with to have represent us. It's an honor to be a part of this. It's an honor to honor him in this way. We didn't always agree. We had our differences, but I'm sure as his wife, you had those situations too. It's nice to see the family here. I'm sorry for your loss. My condolence is to the whole family, and that's it.
Mike?
Well, thank you, Mayor. I was asked by someone in the media my initial reaction, and I described it as a gut punch when I heard about it. And Doug was always someone that I, as a police chief or as a council member, I could reach out and know that I would get a response. But I always remember him as not only a a very large man, because he was a big man, but he was a gentle giant. He really was a gentle man. And when we talk about legacy and things of that nature, certainly, renaming this council chamber very appropriate. That's a great legacy thing. But really, the legacy of Doug LaMalfa lives in each of you. It lives in the family, who some I know. My son went to high school with you, so we saw you guys at basketball games. But the legacy of Doug LaMalfa is all around us, not just here in this county, but beyond. And I want you guys to know that his impact will be lasting.
And I have one Doug story that I want to share. There are many Doug stories. This one was very touching to Lori and I. So, Christmas time, Doug came over, and this is no cameras around, nobody, just doing something because it was a nice thing to do. He comes over in his truck. He gets Lori and I, says, hey, come out to my truck. And we did. And he had 4 big boxes. And he said, Jill and I figured that you guys had no Christmas ornaments. So we went through our things and want you to have these. And that's who Doug was. And, just a good human being. And with that being said, I'd like to, I know he and Assemblyman Gallagher were very close. I'd like to have Assemblyman Gallagher come up and say a few words. And
I don't know that I can follow on that. I'll just say this is a very fitting honor that you guys are bestowing on our Congressman, Doug LaMalfa. And for me, I can remember back to being in Chico in the EOC that had been set up right after the fire. And many of you were there. Jody Jones was there, and of course Doug was there. And we met that day and we talked about, this is only a few days after the fire, and we talked about what we were going to do to come back. And you guys were adamant that, hey, we're going to figure this out, we're going to put it together. And Doug, committed everyone right then and there, and he never looked back. And I think back on all the many things that he did each and every step of the way to be there for the town and for all of you. And I was honored to be called his little brother. And, I was honored to stand side by side with you guys to help this amazing town, these amazing people. And he loved you guys so much, and so thank you for this honor, and I know that it means a whole lot to the family as well. So, yes.
And this is exactly like where we are at, is because of Doug LaMalfa, James Gallagher, and Senator Jim Nielsen. All 3 of them right after the fire were our biggest go-to supporters, and we will forever be grateful to all 3 of them. So with that, feel free after to visit and talk and share stories, but we're going to go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Thank you, everyone, for coming.